So often when we feel some sort of emotion, especially if it's an unpleasant emotion, the last thing we seem to want to do is sit with it and deal with it and process it. Because often many of us just don't understand how. We don't understand what we're doing that's causing us to not do that. So let's say you have some unwanted feeling show up inside of you. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, whatever it might be. It might make you want to go do something as a result of that feeling. Say maybe go exercise or go eat something or go watch something, or maybe you just want to sit in your bed and wrap up in a blanket all day and just not deal with the world because you're feeling that way. And when we go and do something as a result of it, all we're trying to do is distract ourselves from feeling something that would otherwise be unpleasant. When we do this too often, when we get in the habit of doing this, we end up building up emotions over time, and we can start to identify with them. We can start to take a subjective outlook on our emotions that make us think, oh, this is how I am. I am this way because I feel this thing. And then we start thinking along the lines of how that negative feeling is. And then we start making decisions that don't align with our highest truth, our highest path, the things that we actually want to experience in our life. What we need to learn to do is to sit with and process our emotions and separate from them. And here's what I mean by separate, because there's a difference here than avoiding your emotions versus separating from them, recognizing they're not you. You take an objective outlook on them. So you have something come up that's uncomfortable, and you can look at it as, oh, this is me, I am feeling this discomfort. Or you can look at it as discomfort, I'm feeling discomfort, but it's not me. I'm observing it. I'm going to step away from it and objectively observe this, because this is actually the beginning of the process of releasing emotions from our field, from our energy, from our body. It's when we can look at them and say, okay, this emotion is not me. What triggered it? What's bringing this forth in me? And then you allow it to be. Because what we don't understand is that when we have to go do something as a result of our emotions, we're creating resistance. And when you create resistance to your emotions, you're actually like cramming them down. You're holding them in because you're acting on that emotion, which means you're identifying with that emotion, which means you're holding it in. You're keeping it to yourself. Now remember, these emotions are just energy. And to clear them, it can be as simple as just letting yourself process. Let yourself sit with it and detach from it and say, okay, I'm feeling this, but let me get on top of it. Let me get outside of it. Let me observe what it is. And sometimes that's enough to actually allow it to flow and allow it to move through you. But we have to bring the conscious awareness to it. Like I said, the pattern here is us getting stuck in the cycle of identifying with the emotion and doing something to avoid feeling that emotion. It's when we bring conscious awareness to it and say, oh, I'm feeling this, but this is not me. So I'm gonna let it pass. I'm gonna give myself permission to let this come up and let me process what it is. And oftentimes you'll find that it's really nothing. It's really nothing significant. And it just comes up and it's like, there, I let it go. Now it's gone, now I feel better. Now I can go do other things that don't involve acting out on this emotion. There's some emotions that run deeper, and it's going to take more time to do this, but the more you can objectively separate yourself from your emotions and allow yourself to feel them without judging it. What I mean by judging it is without saying, oh, I'm this way because I feel this way. Or because I feel this, oh, I should think like this, and life is doing this, and blah, 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 blah. Stop creating narratives around your feelings. Stop creating narratives around your feelings. That is the most important thing I want you all to get from this message. We attach to our emotions and we make up stories about them, and that's how they become so deep. Sometimes emotions are triggered by stories. Sometimes they come about as a result of specific things in life. But if you're just feeling a certain way because you're feeling a certain way, you can step back, allow it to come up, say, okay, why is this here? What does it need from me? And oftentimes just recognizing it is enough to set it free. Like I said, if it's something that's deeper, if it's something that runs deeper and it is because of something specific in your life that's caused you to feel a certain way, just be patient with it. But continue to observe it. Don't push it down by trying to avoid it and trying to do all these things to distract yourself. Allow your emotions to be felt in order to free them. Feel it. Give it your attention, give it your presence, and let it go. But we have to let it go. And when we do let it go, we'll end up feeling better. Get into the habit of that and recognizing that your emotions aren't you. They're just energy that's passing through, and all they need from you is your conscious awareness. For you to step back, take a deep breath, and just allow the energy to flow. All right? That's all for today, and I wish you an awesome one. Everybody take care, all right?